Your voice is more powerful than you think.
Your voice does matter much more than you think, and not just when you're giving a speech or recording a podcast or standing up at a wedding trying not to drop the rings. Your voice matters every single day. It matters in meetings, on the phone, in the supermarket, at the school gate, in a Zoom call, when you ask for help, when you offer encouragement, and when you need someone to take you seriously. Many people go through never really thinking about their voice until something goes wrong. They're ignored, misunderstood, talked over, nervous. They hear themselves in a recording and nearly need counselling. Suddenly they realise the voice they've been using on autopilot may not be helping them nearly as much as it could. But here's the good news. Your voice is not fixed in concrete. It's not a life sentence. It can be improved, strengthened, warmed up, slowed down, sharpened, softened, energized, and made much more effective than it is right now. And no, this is not about sounding like a radio announcer from 1978. We're not aiming for booming authority and dramatic pauses every 7 words. We are aiming for something far more valuable. We're aiming for you sounding like the best version of you. That means clear, natural, credible, calm when it matters, warm when it matters, strong when it matters. Interesting enough that people stay with you. Trustworthy enough that people believe you. Because people make decisions about us very quickly, often within seconds, before they know our qualifications, our background, or whether we once captained the debating team in year 12. They hear our voice and begin forming impressions. Do we sound confident? Do we sound unsure? Do we sound interested? Do we sound bored? Do we sound rushed? And do we sound like we'd rather be somewhere else? It may not seem fair, but it is real. A strong voice can open doors. A poor delivery can quietly close them. I've seen people with excellent ideas lose influence because they mumbled them. I've seen smart people race through presentations like they were being chased by bees. And I've seen talented business owners undersell themselves simply because they sounded hesitant when they should have sounded certain. And I've seen ordinary speakers become excellent communicators once they understood a few practical tools. That's what the series is all about. Not fake confidence, not polished nonsense, not trying to sound like somebody else. Real communication skills that help everyday people be heard, understood, and respected. Now, you may be watching this because you hate hearing your own voice. That's common. Sadly, it's very common. Most people dislike hearing themselves recorded because the voice in our head sounds different from the one outside. We hear ourselves through vibration and bone conduction. The rest of the world hears the external version. So, if you've ever heard a recording and thought, surely that can't be me, welcome to the club. Membership is enormous, but the discomfort can become useful. One of the quickest ways to improve your speaking is to record yourself regularly. Your phone is enough. Read a page, tell a story, explain something you know well, then listen back honestly. Not to criticize yourself, but to learn. Listen for pace, clarity, warmth, confidence, and meaning. Many people avoid recording because it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is often where progress begins. Sometimes it helps to record 3 versions. one relatively flat, one improved, and one that's just a little over the top. You may be surprised how natural the third version sounds. Because once you hear yourself honestly, you can improve honestly. You may also be watching because nerves get the better of you. Your mouth dries up, your brain starts packing its bags. You suddenly forget your own name. Again, common. The problem is really that you're incapable. The problem is usually that nobody ever taught you how to manage speaking pressure. Schools teach algebra. They rarely teach presence. Life teaches us many things, but rarely teaches delivery. So people grow older carrying avoidable habits, talking too fast, ending every sentence as though it was asking a question, speaking way too quickly, using filler words like you know, and basically, often enough to start charging rent. None of these are character flaws. They are habits. Habits that can be changed. That should encourage you enormously. Your video is also tied to opportunity. Think of job interviews, promotions, sales calls, team leadership, parenting, relationships, networking, teaching, coaching, customer service, conflict resolution, storytelling, my favorite, and motivation. Nearly every important part of life involves spoken communication. Yet many people spend more time choosing a toaster than improving the tool they use every day to influence the world. That tool is your voice. And it's not only what you say, it's how you say it. The pace, the pauses, the tone, the clarity, the energy, the intention. Two people can say exactly the same sentence and create completely different reactions. Come in. Come in. One sounds welcoming. Said another way, it sounds terrifying. Same words, different delivery. That's the power of voice. Now here's something important. You don't need a great voice to become a great communicator. Some people were born with naturally rich tones. Lovely for them, we wish them well. But communication success is usually built more on clarity, sincerity, timing, and connection than other natural vocal glamour. I would rather listen to a genuine person with warmth and purpose than a silky voice saying nothing of value. This series will help you build skills that ordinary people can learn. How to slow down, how to use pauses, how to sound more conversational, how to be clever, how to reduce nerves, how to read aloud naturally, how to hold attention, how to sound more confident without pretending, how to use your own personality rather than hiding it, and perhaps most importantly, how to enjoy speaking more than you do now. Because when people enjoy speaking, they improve faster. Fear tightens the throat, enjoyment frees it. You may already have more ability than you realize. Many people do. They simply have layers of tension, haste, self-consciousness, and poor habits sitting on top of it like blankets in the attic. We're going to remove those blankets, bit by bit, practical step by practical step. No miracle cures, no nonsense, and no pressure to become someone you're not. Just steady progress. Here's a small exercise to begin today. For the next 24 hours, notice voices around you. Who do you enjoy listening to, and why? Who loses your attention, and why? Who sounds calm? Who sounds rushed? Who sounds trustworthy? Who sounds unsure? Become a student of voices, not to judge people harshly, but to learn. Once you start noticing vocal habits in others, you begin noticing your own. That awareness is where improvement starts. And one more thing before we finish. And please don't say, "I've always been like this." That sentence has buried more potential than almost any other. You have always been like this, until now. So from this point forward, you can become clearer, calmer, stronger, and more effective. Not overnight, but absolutely over time. Your voice carries your ideas, your humour, your knowledge, your kindness, your leadership, and your character into the world. It deserves attention. It deserves training. And it deserves to be heard. Your voice matters more than you think. And we're only just getting started.